This is high school football. Hello everyone and welcome to the Suncom Media NEA Sports Game of the Week. Head coach Kenny Simpson calls his squad up Highway 67 to face a run-oriented group of Redskins led by head coach Casey Chester. It's an all-important opening game in the 4A3 conference for two of the early favorites, meaning that a great game is expected at Pocahontas' legendary Schoonover Stadium. It's the Southerners of Southside High School. It's the Redskins of Pocahontas High. It's the Suncom Media NEA Sports Magazine High School Football Game of the Week.
Good evening and welcome to Schoonover Stadium here in Pocahontas on a very wet last Friday night in September, getting ready to kick off 4A3 conference play tonight as the Southside Southerners are here to take on the Redskins of Pocahontas. I am Brandon Reed alongside my partner Steve Clayton. Steve, I expect we will see a heavy dose of running tonight from Pocahontas DJ Coffee and running back Xavier Ballard, and then of course Owen McLaughlin and quarterback as well, Trey Allen for the Southside Southerners. What do you say? Does that sound like the game plan for tonight?
No doubt right now. The wind is gusty. It's windy. Will be a condition as much as wet, but it is rained all day. The rain seems to be letting up a little bit. I think it'll let up before game's over with, but it's wet and windy and wild tonight at Schoonover Stadium.
Yeah, and walking in is something I realized that this is one of the stadiums around, especially of school of this size, that actually does not have a turf field. And you were mentioning a longtime coach here that it's kind of a tradition here at Pocahontas. They don't really want the turf. Want it to be old school. You play in the grass and dirt.
It is. Coach Wellman was here for years and years. In the last 10 years before he officially retired, all he did was take care of the natural turf here at Schoonover Stadium. I bet within the next 4 or 5 years, there's talk right now. One of the bad things about it is on conditions like they are tonight, you could tear up the field tonight and it'll be torn up for the rest of the year. But not only that, the assistant coaches and the coaches have to paint the field, once a week for junior high and senior high games.
Yeah, definitely a lot more maintenance and upkeep there. So the Southside Southerners come in 3-0. They have actually won 6 road games going back to last year. Their last contest was against rival Batesville. They won 31-7 2 weeks ago. They had last week off, as well as Pocahontas did. Their last contest was here on Suncom Media and NEA Sports right here versus Brooklyn, a contest they dropped 14-21, but they got down 14-0 pretty quickly in that ball game.
They did, and they totally dominated the second half of football. Should have come away, had a drop ball that would have tied the ball game, sent it into overtime, but very easily, take away 2 plays, Brandon. Pocahontas could easily be 3-0 right now.
Yep, Southside is 3-0. Pocahontas is 1-2. So before we get this game started and kickoff time, let's take a quick break and then go to the coaches show with Steve and Pocahontas head coach Casey Chester.
For over 20 years, Central Dealerships has partnered with Suncom Media and NEA Sports to bring you live coverage of sporting events in Northeast Arkansas.
From heated rivalry games to conference showdowns along with playoff championship action, Central Dealerships continues to showcase the best games that NEA has to offer. Remember, when shopping local, Central Dealerships have played a huge role highlighting local players. Just like Suncom Media and NEA Sports, Central Dealerships puts NEA student athletes first.
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Coaches Show. Once again, I'm Steve Clayton, joined by one of my favorites, Coach Casey Chester, here at Pocahontas High School. Coach, 1-2 on the year, very easily could be 3-0. Talk to us about your non-conference schedule.
Well, we started out with a tough Salem team. They're very talented, very well coached. Come down to the last, we had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter and let it slip away. Played Greene County Tech, played pretty well, and last week we played Brooklyn. Had a chance to win at the end of the game and just didn't make a few plays to win. Brooklyn made the plays and we did.
Coming off that loss, so I'm not big on moral victories, but you had to be proud of your team. Dominated the second half.
Yeah, we didn't give up a first down second half. We moved the ball between the 20s, had a fumble inside the 20, dropped a pass, got stopped on 4th and 1. So we had plenty of opportunities. We just didn't capitalize.
Could very easily be 3-0 once again, but that's somewhat of a moot point because the real season starts today against a very good Batesville Southside team. Let us know what to expect out of Southside.
Southside's they run the gun, they run the wing tee, the gun tee. Very well coached. The coach puts on clinics all over the country. Coach Simpson to installing this offense. They're going to run right at us. Buck sweep is their play. You're going to call the buck sweep over and over. Running back is Owen McLaughlin. He moved in from Batesville to Southside. Very fast, very physical. It's going to take more than one guy to bring him down. So, and they can throw the ball. Not sure what the weather's going to be, but they can throw if they have to. So it's going to be tough for our defense.
Now, they're not near as good behind center and quarterback, but talk to us about the Batesville or Southside quarterback.
He's a sophomore, throws well, runs well. I think he moved up at last year as a 9th grader and started on their defense. They had one of the best defenses in 5A, so he was obviously a good athlete. He'll give us problems. He's done a good job distributing the ball for him. So we, like I said, we'll have our hands full with all of them.
Okay, flip side on the other side. Predominantly a running football team, which may be to your advantage with the elements. You do have the ability to throw the football a little bit. Talk to us about your offense against Batesville Southside's defense. They're
going to be in a 3-4, 3-4 cover 4. They do a good job. We will line up in our heavy set that you saw against Brooklyn, and we'll also line up and spread. Let our sophomore quarterback, weather permitting, we'll let him throw it around. Hopefully. But pretty much ground and pound. Talk to us about the running backs. And Coffee running the football from quarterback. DJ's he had a good game against Brooklyn. Xavier Ballard broke one early, about 50 yards. Sophomore. We offensive line has played well all year. We just can't get over the hump. Just have a few breaks that slow drives down. Just if we can cut out just the penalties, that set us back, or the fumbles, interceptions, we're just so close to putting it all together. We haven't put together a 4-quarter game yet. Well, you played well defensively, especially in the second half. Stay right there, and you stay right there. We'll be right back to talk about the Redskin defense.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
If It seems like our Roof Raider trucks are everywhere.
Well, we kind of are.
At Roof Raiders, we're always helping our customers and our community. We're always on call, always on the move, always on top.
Welcome back to the Coach Show. Once again, the head Redskin, Casey Chester. Coach, we talked a little bit off air. You were extremely proud of your linebacking core pretty much for the whole year. Talk to us about their effort 2 weeks ago against Brooklyn and just overall.
Well, our inside linebackers, Ty Menard, he's a senior, sophomore Ryder Baltz. Ty's really showing him the ropes. He's been solid for us for 3 years. He's two-time season leader and tackler. He'll probably be the season leader this year, but he's hard-nosed, plays downhill, watches a lot of film. Outside backers are Austin George and Ricky Regina. Ricky scored a touchdown against Salem, a scoop and score about 90 yards, and I think Austin caused it. But they're all over the field. They like I said, they all watch film. They all study. They all want to do good. But I just can't be more proud of our linebacking core.
I'm old school, though, and I know it's not real glamorous at times, but it all starts in the trenches up front. Who can we expect to see on the defensive line?
The two tackles will be Landon Gettings and Carter Couch. They play offense too. They played real good against Salem. They got tired, and that's my fault. I should have got them out of there. But weather's cooler. They're ready to go. Ends are sophomore Evan Thompson and John Warren. John's a senior. John's a utility guy, plays everywhere, but they play hard, know their position, know their technique. And we bring in a sophomore, Mason Burgess. He'll spell all four of them. He's done real well in practice. He's earned some playing time.
Now, you're coming off an open week. What did that involve for the Redskins? A break or intensity? What was the Redskins like in practice?
We did a lot of stuff fixing ourselves. We had some breakdowns in the secondary as far as miscommunication. We'd have some playing zone, some playing man. Linebackers, the call was mixed up. So we've worked on our to get communication right. Offensively, we've just tried to fine-tune, make sure everybody knows their assignments.
I know you're a big advocate of the weight room, so I'm assuming you lift.
We lifted all week. Then we'll lift. We're going to lift this week. We'll lift 3 days a week, but it's we needed the off week, get everybody healthy, get everybody back in tune, and get focused on Batesville Southside.
That was my next question. The Redskins 100% health-wise.
We're healthy. We lost a guy early in the year, Colton Brown. We miss him. He tore his ACL. He was a starting cornerback. But as far as starting the year, we've got everybody ready to go, and we're excited to play. Like I said, we spent this week getting ready for Southside, the off week.
Now, the rain's supposed to let up a little bit, knock on wood, but how's that affected your prep, and how will it affect your play calling tonight?
We hope it rains. We'll be excited if it rains. Our kids love to play in the rain. Not good for our fans, but our kids, they're wanting it to rain. That's kind of right down our alley, the way we play defense and offense.
Will it affect, you think it'll affect Southside negatively?
I don't think it will, because they're going to run the buck sweep. Double handoff, stuff like that could get tricky, trying to hand it twice with it raining. But, they're probably wanting it to rain as well. This may be the quickest game that's ever been played. The clock may never stop.
Well, we talked about the importance of this game. Any tricks up your sleeve or anything out of the ordinary
we will try everything to win the game. Usually this week we've played Rivercrest, so this fourth week has been huge for us for the last 10 years. The first game being Rivercrest, and if you had to win the conference, you had to go through Rivercrest, and it's a big game for us because Southside's going to be in the mix for sure, and I hope we are too.
Probably the two favorites in the 4A3, if truth be known.
And Highland. That's probably the three favorites.
No doubt. Coach, I always appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck. It's Casey Chester. Stay right there. We'll be right back with a little more pregame and then the first half kickoff.
whatever might happen next. If Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance.
Think you have a brake problem? Do you hear a grinding or squeaking noise? Or does your steering wheel shake and shimmy when you apply the brakes? Worse, your vehicle doesn't stop when you need it to? If so, Gateway Tire will do a complete brake inspection at no charge, as in free. And if you do need brake service, you'll get $20 off per axle.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
Southern Home Healthcare is your on-call home health care provider. Practically any home medical supply or service you need, you will find at Southern Home Healthcare. They feature home oxygen, walkers, wheelchairs, CPAP machines, braces, and more. And if you can't come to them, they'll come to you. On call 24 hours a day, 932-0990, 2925 South Caraway Road. Southern Home Healthcare, solutions for your home healthcare needs.
Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium here in Pocahontas, getting set for the opening of the 2024 conference play in the 4A3 conference. Brandon Reed, Steve Clayton here to bring you the action. Southside Southerners making their way onto the field and getting ready. I forgot who won the coin toss, Steve.
Actually, Pocahontas won it and deferred. So Southside will receive the football. Pocahontas wanted their back to the scoreboard to start out with to finish the second quarter with the scoreboard at their face, but also, Brandon, the wind is going to be left to right, pretty stout at times. Like I said, it's a gusty wind. The rain is blowing sideways right now from left to right on your screen.
Yep, so that will affect you heading back the other way. Wind and rain blowing straight in your face. And so it's a good time with the rain and weather being what it is here tonight. Again, on this wet final Friday night in September. Sit home and watch this NEA Sports and Suncom Media broadcast and let everyone know that that's where you're tuning in. You're not missing any of the action here tonight, as it is live for you here through Suncom Media NEA Sports.
Well, not a big crowd like we said, Brandon, but I bet there are a lot of Redskin faithful watching us at home, and we welcome them to Suncom Media NEA Sports.
Yep, I am sure. It's not even as big a crowd as I thought it would be, even braving this weather, but these are fairly rough conditions. And
a lot of the umbrellas that are out, everybody has an umbrella, and a lot of them are blown over and
upside down.
Yeah, a lot of wind, a lot of rain. Wet, windy, and wild here at Schoonover Stadium.
So let's kick off the 2024 4A3 conference season with this big matchup. Every game counts from here on out, and this is one Pocahontas would love to have.
Brendan Arnold with a pooch kick. Wisely, a fair catch is made and caught by the Southerners. They'll start out pretty good fielding position, Brandon, at their own 43-yard line.
Yep, smart decision by Zach Johnson there, Zach Johnston not to do anything crazy and just start, almost at midfield here. Their first possession. They won this contest last year against Pocahontas, 34-13. So Redskins looking for a little bit of revenge. That would be sweet to start out the conference season.
We should know, excuse me, Brandon, they were 5A last year. They dropped down, and this is their first game in the 4A3 conference.
Start with a pass. Out to the left side.
Pocahontas does a great job of stringing it out. That's Austin George not making the tackle, but he got in the face of the receiver, and actually a loss of one on the play. So a great play by the Redskin defense.
Not was that what I was expecting right out of the gate, a pass, but
no, I figured we see a lot of run tonight.
And they come out with 2 wide, stacked on the right side to the Southerners.
Pocahontas will be in their 4-4 cover 3 deep zone traditionally, and that's the bug sweep, which we'll see an awful lot, and that's exactly what the Pocahontas defense was expecting.
Owen McLaughlin swallowed up there. He had a really good game against Batesville with over 100 yards on the ground.
Well, he played for Batesville last year, like I told you off air, Brandon. And probably a little bit of extra incentive last week.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Great job by the defensive front of the Redskins on second down, brings up 3rd down and 10.
McLaughlin even threw for a touchdown against Batesville in that game.
He's definitely a leader. He's a senior. Trey Allen is a very competent quarterback at behind center, but he is a sophomore.
Man in motion was Braden Simpson.
Little counterplay and a big patch of daylight.
And there goes McLaughlin. Boy, he's got one more block to hold up, and he gets it into the end zone already, barring that flag that's sitting right at the 40-yard line.
I saw it thrown, so I was waiting until you get through to let our viewers know, and that will be a costly. I'm sure it'll be an illegal block and bring the ball back.
Holding emotion was
against the Southerners.
Little counterplay and McLaughlin's numbers. I was about to say he's halfway to a buck right there. Boy, he's got one more block to hold up, and he gets it.
At the 41, so it'll be. No, it will not be first down. It'll actually be a 3rd down and 5 situation. 3rd down, 4.5 for the Southerners. The ball at the Southside 49-yard line.
And this will be a good stand for Pocahontas to start the game off.
They got a break, and they need some breaks. They've shot themselves in the foot at least 2 of their 3 games.
And looks like someone on Pocahontas jumped.
No, I think we got a timeout Southside.
Yeah, no flags.
With a little bit of movement on the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
There is a flag on the field.
It may have been an official's timeout.
Well, they've marked a first down. It should not be a first down. So I bet the far line judge, the head linesman, stopped play to get the change set.
Yeah, we have to reset back to 3rd and 4 here.
Yeah, exactly. We need the booth, Brendan. They just had to ask us. No, the penalty put the ball behind the sticks, brings up a big 3rd down and 4 right now for Southside. And a big 3rd down and 4 for the Redskin defense.
Allen back in the gun. McLaughlin standing next to him.
Looking over to get the play call from Coach Kenny Simpson.
That was actually number 23 who took it and got it for the Southerners. That's Lewis Calhoun.
Calhoun with a nice job blocking up front. Give credit where credit is due. Calhoun finds a crease that was created by the Southerner offensive line.
Calhoun is another Swiss Army knife that can do it all. Had over 100 yards receiving against Batesville in that last game, that 31-7 win 2 weeks ago.
I bet we see a big dose of that bug sweep and zone read by Southside.
Once again, man in motion receives it. That's Braden Simpson.
Good job, once again, by the front 7. Austin George leads the stop. Done a good job from his outside linebacker position for the Redskins so far. He came very, very young, though.
Marked as basically no gain. Maybe a foot.
We got a stoppage of play, and that'll be happen often tonight. The referee's just trying to get a dry football on the field.
Yep, although the play clock kept running down to 4-3. Pitch back out to Calhoun, who has some space.
It's actually a forward pass in the record book.
Yeah, that's probably how he racked up all those receiving yards against Batesville. And the Southerners they're in their own little pace now. They're not rushing. They're looking to bleed this clock, mixing it up.
Run the football, and as Coach Chester told us, this will be a very quick game if all holds true to form.
Well, McLaughlin is way out wide right.
Allen by himself in the backfield.
Two receivers left. Fake the hand and pitch it, and caught.
Play action is going to be very close to a first down. That's number 8, Braden Simpson.
Braden Simpson getting into the action early.
That's the coach's son. Kenny Simpson is the head coach. Braden, his junior son, receiver.
And the Southerners are doing a good job of getting everyone into the mix now. I think 4 different guys have touched the ball.
They have shared the wealth and been very productive offensively so far. And run a lot of time off the clock as well.
Down to 8 minutes in the first quarter. That's going to be McLaughlin.
He'll have the first down.
Number 4, Owen McLaughlin on the carry, brought down by number 47, Ryder Baltz.
And a good steady drive.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Well, I talk about it all the time. 4 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yep.
And that's exactly what Southside's done.
Or it's more like it's not even a cloud here tonight. A splash of mud. Yeah, there you go. Again, I'd love football being played on natural grass.
Well, you'll definitely see the effects before this game is over with once the turf gets torn up a little bit.
That's how it should be.
Direct snap this time.
To Calhoun.
Actually, that's Braden Simpson.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Braden Simpson on the carry.
Picks up about half the yards to gain. 2nd and 5.
4 yards in a splash of mud, like we said, Brandon. Stay ahead of the change. So important when the conditions are like they are this evening. Look at the wind whipping around. Right now it's actually, well, for a second it was from right to left on your screen. Now it's back, blowing west to east.
Allen back in the gun, gives it to McLaughlin.
Good game.
He's right at the stick, maybe a little short.
I think it's going to be a little short. It'll be 3rd down and 1, and very manageable down in distance here, but it's also 4-down territory, Brandon.
Yep, now that gust of wind is hitting us in the booth here, so it's probably going to be like this all night.
I chose to keep my window closed. Rain falling a little bit harder right now. It's going to be like this all night, off and on. Wind gust.
Allen back in the gun, pitches it.
Pitches it forward. Let's call that a forward pass. And he picks up the first down.
Yeah, I think at his peak, his forward momentum was enough.
In the stat book, that is a forward pass. So,
yep, they're signifying first down yardage.
Allen's yet to throw an incomplete pass in this monsoon we're playing in. That's pretty impressive within itself.
And they're not being afraid to toss it when they have to either. And like you mentioned, the referee's taking time to kind of keep a dry ball in the game, so that's not easy when you're not talking straight handoff, and any kind of mishandle of the ball could be risky.
I was going to say it also puts pressure on the offense, but he did reset the shot clock, the play clock.
Straight handoff to Simpson.
A lot of action, a lot of eye candy in the backfield, but a good job by the interior line of the Redskins.
And this is actually not a bad defensive effort by the Redskins. It's because Southside is being pretty methodical. And
they haven't earned every yard.
Yeah, and Redskins just kind of bend but don't break right now. And
they haven't broken yet to allow any points. But aided by big time by the holding penalty on McLaughlin's 50-yard run.
In conditions like this, just kind of wait for the offense to
make a mistake.
Exactly. Got 2 receivers stacked out the right side. And it is
another tackle in the back.
That's a loss,
wow.
Yeah. It's a fast-moving quarter here. We're going ticking down to 5:12 left here in the first quarter.
And this is the opening possession.
Right.
So,
and it started almost midfield, so that's just
technically Pocahontas could go the whole entire first quarter without getting the ball in their hands. And that's exactly what Kenny Simpson is designed to do tonight, I'm sure.
Big play here, 3rd and 14.
Oh, we had him. Dropped that time by Simpson.
So the possession may be coming to an end.
Down. But I watched him pregame. A very potent kicker by Southside. He was hitting from 50 in pregame.
Is it Henry Lopez, number 41?
No, it's Joe Busby, number 9.
Number 9. Now, they have the wind going with them right now.
Looks like Busby it'll be a 35-yard attempt, which he was nailing these in pregame.
Junior Joel Busby.
Good snap, good hold, and a good kick.
He had the leg on that. So the Southside Southerners take the opening drive of the game and score a field goal after chewing about 7 minutes off this clock. So great start for Southside. We'll be right back here in Pocahontas. Southside leads at 3-0.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day. Central Dealership has the same philosophy. I'm Austin Reeves, and I'm proud to be part of the Central team.
And welcome back to Schoonover Stadium here in Pocahontas. Great effort by the Pocahontas Redskins to just give up 3 on that opening drive that took up over 6 minutes on the clock here to the Southside Southerners, and they kicked the field goal, which I honestly didn't think we would see many attempts, if any, tonight.
Well, after watching the Southside kicker in pregame, I knew we'd have that, especially with the wind, like you mentioned, Brandon.
Yep.
But a great opening drive. Southside overcame 2 or 3 negative plays and overcame a big holding penalty. Then they gave the touchdown. But good job of stiffening up by the Redskin defense, and we're at 3-0 right now. See what Pocahontas can do with the ball in their hands.
And that field goal would have been good from 40. There was no doubt about that one.
Pregame consistently from 48, 50 yards.
Such a good weapon to have a kicker like that.
Oh, and Joel Busby, he's listed as a kicker in high school. On a high school roster, that's pretty unique. But, boy, he proved his worth on that last field goal.
So now we'll switch it over and see what DJ Coffee and the guys can do on their first possession of the game. They'll be going into that wind and sideways rain. Pretty good kick, caught at the 20.
Arnold on return. Pretty good return. Pretty good, not bad for starting field position right at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, anytime you can get past the 30.
Now, Brandon Pocahontas will have everybody within 5 or 6 feet of the football. They'll wad it up and play a lot of smash mouth football when they have the ball in their possession.
Yep, you'll see some heavy doses of DJ Coffee and Xavier Ballard here tonight.
Coffee looks like he will start behind center. Sophomore James Spencer will come in and play a little bit of quarterback as well.
Keeper opening play.
Coffee with the direct snap. Picks up 3 yards. Call it 2 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 8. We'll see that play a lot by the Redskin offense.
And it'll be up to the big boys up front in the trenches to earn that money here tonight.
Well, they dominated last week in a loss to Brooklyn, did the offensive line. Just unable to put points on the board after 4 or 5 trips in the red zone.
Yeah, they got down pretty early and was struggling with that. Coffee with the keeper. He'll get it out to about the 44.
Be 3rd down and 2, so a very manageable 3rd down here for Pocahontas. And this offense is conservative as it is, Brandon. They cannot afford any kind of negative play or penalty. Once again in that tight power set.
Stoppage.
You got a illegal motion against Pocahontas, and right on cue, you cannot afford a 5-yard penalty. Brings up a very manageable 3rd down and 2.
Yeah.
That'll be 3rd down and 7.
And you were just talking about that. Can't have the miscues.
When this is not a 3rd down and 7 offense, to say the least.
How much will you see Pocahontas air it out tonight, if any? How many sets are in their playbook?
Quarterback Spencer James, backup quarterback, has the ability to throw the football. He's a sophomore. McCoffey's still behind center.
Yeah, he keeps it.
Takes his direct staff and he snap and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, got right back to the line. That's going to be it. And that's going to be 4th and 7. How daring does Coach Chester want to be here?
No, he'll have to punt the ball here. You cannot give the Southside offense, which proved their value on the first possession.
And 2:55 left here in the first quarter. It is going quick.
As we knew it would, but 3 and out seemingly. Actually, they have James, the quarterback. They'll try to throw the football on 4th down and 7.
That was tight up the sideline. Not much room, and he was covered. So
Pass intended for Jared Mitchell is incomplete.
I thought they were putting their punting team on the field on 4th down. They actually put a pass spread offense with the pass a little bit overthrown and well covered by the Southside defense, as Southside will take over 1st down and 10 in Redskin territory. The ball's at the plus 38-yard line.
Maybe Coach Chester saw enough in his defense in that first defensive possession to take a chance and go for it. But like you said, it's not really a 4th down offense, because that was, that's not a real efficient play right there. That would be asking a lot, especially in these conditions, throwing into the rain. Yeah.
Kid coming in to throw the ball for the first snap of the game. I think the rain has intensified a little bit, actually, Brandon. It's going to be wet and it's going to be windy, so just might as well deal with it.
Now Southside back with the ball on the Pocahontas 48. 38.
Number 1, Trey Allen on the carry.
That time Trey Allen gets a snap. And
Evan Thompson, Tom Menard on the stop.
Pocahontas is not doing a bad job here.
No, a lot of penetration by the defensive front. A good stop there on 1st down. Brings them 2nd down and 10 for Southside.
But if it wasn't for that illegal motion that Pocahontas had, they would probably still have the ball right now.
You're
across
correct.
Across
like I
midfield.
said, they cannot afford negative plays or penalties with this offense.
We are down to 2 minutes left here in this first quarter. 2nd and 12.
Good
McLaughlin
job once again by the interior front 8, really. They play a full 4 defense.
Southside seems to be doing a little bit better when they spread it out and run man in motion and pitches and then heading straight up the middle.
Well, Kenny Simpson is an excellent coach, so he'll figure out what's best, but a good job defensively by the Redskins here so far, even though they trail 3-0. Minute and a half left on the clock in the first quarter.
Allen throwing it back to the left side over to McLaughlin. There's a flag. Flag thrown. There is a minute 10 now on the clock. It will stop while we sort out this penalty.
I think it's going to be a holding by an offensive lineman, or maybe an illegal man downfield. The pass actually crossed the line of scrimmage. So I bet there wasn't a lineman downfield.
The flag was literally lifted off the field and blew. Yeah.
Where it's thrown, it would have been an excellent opportunity to call illegal man downfield, though. And that's exactly what we have, Brandon. The illegal man downfield will back up Southside pretty close to their own territory.
Yep, that's going to be an even longer 3rd down. With 1:06 left here in the first quarter.
Was that 3rd and 17, 3rd and 18?
3rd and 17.
Southside has thrown the ability to throw the ball, and they obviously will here. 3 split out wide right.
The Southside side making a lot of noise over there.
Trying to get a timeout, I believe.
Timeout, Southerners.
They'll take a timeout with 48 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Let's take it with them here on the Suncom Media and NEA Sports Network.
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
Back here in Pocahontas, opening week of 4A3 conference play. Southside facing a 3rd and 17 here with 48 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Blitz by outside linebacker actually got held on the play. But it is whistled dead in the backfield, so that's a sack.
Tackle made by
Jonathan Converse Warren on the stop. Outside linebacker, I believe, on the blitz was Austin George. Kind of shook things up. That'll be how they clock right at 20 seconds and running. So I bet Southside punts it here to try to take advantage of the wind, although they do not have to run a play before the end of the quarter.
That's a good point, Steve. I would, and they do. And it's going to be a good punt all the way down to, well, the 13-yard line.
Oh, little extracurricular activity.
And it allowed the clock to run out. And Southside is saying that they got it.
Well, he pushed the Redskin. He pushed the Redskin player into the ball, which is not legal.
Referee's not buying it. So that ends the first quarter here in Pocahontas. Southside leading 3-0. Let's take a quick break here on the NEA Sports and Suncom Media Network.
I know the EV autos are new and customers have a lot of questions. The EVs can be perfect for some customers, but they hesitate to buy one. Listen to this. The all-new Chevrolet Blazer, over $50,000 price, you can lease for as little as $399 per month. You will have questions and we can give you the details. This is the way to drive a new EV for $399 per month with a small initial fee. At the end of the lease, turn it in. Glenn Sane, and God bless our troops.
At Roof Raiders, we never start with pushing a contract in your face. Because our first job isn't selling anything, it's protecting you in a time of need. Like supplying tarps or stopping leaks, our first duty at Roof Raiders is to help. Every mission for us starts with response and ends with unconditional satisfaction. Count on it and count on us. Roof Raiders, always on top.
Welcome back to Pocahontas. And thanks for joining us here on this wet night. A lot of you are probably watching from home. Kind of a thin crowd. Southside did bring quite a few fans, but it's just a wet, miserable, windy night here. But a good night for football here on this natural grass and dirt and mud. Pocahontas down 3-0 and on the 13-yard line, so they got quite a long ways to go to try to even this game up or take the lead. This is just their second possession of this ball game to start the second quarter.
And they went 4 and out, if you'll remember, on their first possession. So in the whole first quarter, they had 4 plays of offense. The wind is at their back right now, but that's kind of irrelevant when you run the ball every down, as Pocahontas usually does. DJ Coffey behind center at quarterback again. Like we said, he'll be spelled some by Spencer James when they want to air the football out. With Coffee, definitely the go-to guy for the Redskin offense.
Two guys stacked right. And not sure who is at fault there.
Well, it's blown dead, so it's probably offense. If it's defense, I stand corrected. I was going to say if it's a defensive penalty, they'll only blow it dead if he penetrates the line of scrimmage.
I had a bad angle to see any kind of motion by the offense. I definitely saw the defensive player encroach, but.
So that's a nice 5 yards on first down, or actually before first down for the Redskin offense.
Especially when you have to go this deep.
They've yet to move the football. Now the umpire figured out what he had done.
He threw his hands up.
Awful lot to have them go through the referees' minds as well. They're fighting the wind and the elements, as all the players are.
And worrying about what you just saw, keep a dry football in the game as well.
The ball boys, they're definitely earning their money tonight.
They are.
Right? They'll go through quite a bit of towels.
Coffee with the keeper.
What that penalty does, it gives you a very manageable third down now after a short game. So a big penalty against the Southside defense brings up 3rd down and 2 for Pocahontas' offense.
Yeah, gives you a chance to move out of the shadow of your own end zone as well, starting so deep.
Well, that carry got it out almost to the 21-yard line, but like you said, they'd like to flip the field if they could. Well, actually, they'd like to score, but at least flip the field.
Flag on the play.
This time I bet you're going to have motion against the Redskins. I don't think.
And another offsides. Wow. That's 2 in a row, Steve. I bet you'll get the rest of them right all night.
I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I'm not making any money off of it. So.
I actually agreed with you there.
If you're a Redskin backer, you obviously like the 2 offside calls against the Southerner defense. Coffee again. Excuse me.
Yep, you're good. You're good. Getting good chunks of yards.
3 yards and a, what do we call it?
Slice of mud.
Splash of mud.
Splash of mud. Although the field is holding up pretty good. I know it's still early, but
this field has a tremendous crown on it, which will help drainage. You see water standing on the sidelines.
Yeah, it is drained very well today.
The middle of the field, because this field has caught a lot of water throughout the course of this Friday, as all of Northeast Arkansas has.
We are down to 10:40 here in the first quarter, and another flag on that second and 7.
Backfield. This will be against the Redskins, I'm sure.
Number 34, Will Wright. There's a flag on the play.
That time it's a holding called against the Redskins, so that'll be a big penalty. And like I said, Brandon, loss of 10 yards from the spot of the foul, but Pocahontas cannot afford to go backwards.
No, they basically lost those 2 offside calls against Southside right there in that one play.
2nd and 17, 3rd and long is definitely not what this offense is made for.
And clock running 10.5 minutes. If you just joined us, we're in the second quarter here, and this is just the Redskins' second possession.
And another flag.
That's like 4 straight plays with the flag. Or 4 out of the last 5. You want to take a guess on this one?
I think it's going to be defense.
No.
I've been wrong every time.
You're wrong every time.
I'm 0 for 3.
That was on Pocahontas as well.
They just weren't set before the ball was snapped. I figured a Southerner defender lined up in the neutral zone, but.
So Pocahontas right back where they started this drive.
But it's 3rd down, 21, 22 yards. Actually, the scoreboard has 2nd down, 23, so long way to go.
Another coffee keeper.
I like that. Coffee keeper.
It is a coffee keeper.
We're going to call that often tonight as well. Very short game.
I'm actually surprised you hadn't seen a little bit more of Xavier Ballard. I know he broke a huge run at last game against Brooklyn.
And he had a 98-yard kickoff return against Tech.
Yep. So a little bit surprised I hadn't seen more
He
of him.
definitely has some speed. I hadn't even seen him in the backfield.
Yeah, you're right about that. Coffee going to roll right. Pressure coming by Southside and taken down.
That's actually Spencer James in a quarterback for the Redskins. Like I said, they'll bring in James on passing downs. They'll bring up 4th down and 22 for the Redskins, and they won for it on 4th and 7. But this deep in their own territory and this far to the first down marker, they'll obviously punt the football.
So they'll end their second possession of this game with 9 minutes left on the second quarter clock.
Ricky Virginia, the punter, he's one of the best athletes on the team, and he gets off a pretty good punt. Hits and takes a little bit of a Redskin roll, but still tremendous starting field position for Batesville Southside.
Yep, kick died at the 45. So this is a great opportunity for Southside to punch something in and take a pretty good lead the way this game is going heading into halftime.
You know, they've had the ball in their position quite a bit, and Pocahontas right now has negative yardage offensively. So,
if I had to guess, I don't think Pocahontas has had the ball 4 minutes of game clock maybe.
Oh, no way. They only had it four plays in the first quarter. And,
that looked like that was a pitch out of desperation.
That's a called play. It's a sprint draw that time. McLaughlin wrapped up in the backfield. Ricky Virginia on the stop for the Redskins. I told you he's one of the best athletes on the field. He had a big-time scoop and score from 70 yards, I believe, against in the first game against Salem.
Looked like it didn't quite develop the way Southside wanted. That was probably to the credit of Pocahontas defense.
Virginia does a good job to snuff it out for a 2-yard loss.
Now McLaughlin upended.
Literally.
Now that was not McLaughlin. Cameron Foray, who doesn't
6 on the play, but it's still 3rd down and 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 for Batesville Southside. So another opportunity right now for the Redskin defense to stand up strong. Once again, Southside taking a lot of time off the clock in between plays. Calhoun on the carry. He'll be short of the first down by about 4 yards, so it'll be interesting by Kenny Simpson.
He's going to bring up a 4th and 4.
I bet he goes for it here at the ball at the positive 38-yard line.
Yep. Approaching the 7-minute mark.
No way they'll kick a field goal right now. It would be a 55-yarder against the wind.
Boy, that wind is picking up right now, and you look at every umbrella below us.
It's gusty, to say the least.
Pocahontas needs this. Man in motion catches it.
Pocahontas going to do a great job. Once again, that little quick pass to
Lewis Calhoun,
but he stopped short. So that time a 4-and-out forced by the Redskin defense.
And they are doing their job here tonight.
They are. You know, Southside has dominated time possession, and they only have a 3-point lead. Pocahontas really needs to get something generated here offensively, though.
Yeah, and like you said, they're not built to continue to have to, perform from 2nd and long and 3rd and long.
And 6:40 on the second quarter clock. Not a whole lot of time if you don't get on this possession.
And there's a Xavier Ballard run. Spun and dipped down after about a gain of 3. Yeah,
let's say 3.
I thought it was closer to 3. They mark it 2, 2nd and 8.
Ballard's one of the best athletes as far as foot speed on this team, no doubt. That was his first carry tonight. He and Coffee in the backfield for the Redskins.
And did another Coffee keeper got maybe 2 more.
Tripped up. Good job defensively by Andrew Plummer. Linebacker blitzing and caught Coffee after a gain of about 2, so it brings up 3rd down 6.
We're under 6 minutes. 5:45 to go here, second quarter.
Brandon, no doubt right now, if a positive play on this play right here, and Pocahontas will go for it on 4th down, in my opinion.
Yeah, with the way the pace of this game and the clock ticking down.
And we'll find out because they're going to be about a yard short as they cross midfield.
Number 23, Lewis Calhoun on the tackle.
Yeah, I think that was a big enough gain to go ahead and go for it.
Casey Chester walking out on the field to talk to the official. There is a penalty marker on the field.
Oh, I missed that.
It is going to be against Pocahontas.
Yeah, it was on the far side.
False start against Pocahontas. Wow. So now it's 3rd down and 10 instead of 4th down and 1. So a big down and distance differential against the Redskin offense.
You know, stalling out momentum, shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties.
This will be a key play to see if they can overcome the penalty. They'll need a gain of about 3 or 4, 5 maybe to even go think about going for it.
Yeah.
On 4th down.
With no gain or a short gain, I'm not sure I do that. I think I punt and try to go into halftime down 3-0. They're going to pass it.
Oh, that's interference. He was there earlier.
Wow.
And there is a penalty marker down.
I think they got a break there because I don't think that ball was really catchable.
Well, it was catchable. It would have been a great catch. He was high and he had to go in there to get it, but there was definitely contact before the ball got there. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty. We'll put the ball at the Southside 43. 1st down for the Redskin offense. Got to take advantage of plays like that if you're Pocahontas' offense.
Is that their first down of the game?
It is. So they've only had it 7 plays offensively before this drive.
New dry ball coming into the game, or as dry as it's going to get tonight. 5:10 to go until halftime.
The Ball Boys may be the MVP for the winner of this football game.
Yep, I hope they wore their good mud cleats.
Once again, that bunch offensive set, heavy set for the Redskins. Ballard on the carry.
A little extracurricular there. They may have got 2, probably closer to 1.
It's a gain of 2, let's call it. Like you said, a little frustration right now by the Redskin offense, and players got to be getting tired. I tell you what, Coach Chester said he likes playing in the rain, but rain takes an awful lot out of it because it makes that uniform so heavy.
Right.
In the mud, sloppy conditions.
This time DJ Coffee keeps it, has
Good
some room
hold.
to work. No flags. He gets it really close to the stick. I think it's going to be a little bit short. Maybe a 3rd and 1.
I don't know. It's a pretty healthy spot. No, now he's backing it up. It'll be 3rd down, about half a yard. Good job up front by the Redskin offensive line. Coffee had a little bit of breathing room right there running the football.
You're for sure in 4-down territory now. 4 minutes to go until halftime.
Oh, no doubt.
Coffee dips back to the left side this time and picks it up easily. Down to about the 31-yard line.
Clock stops as the paint change move. We're under 4 minutes at 3:54, so the clock will be a factor. Although both teams, Southside took a timeout. They have 2 left. Pocahontas with all 3 in their back pocket.
Well, that's good for them because it may take them 4 minutes to get these 30 yards.
It doesn't sound like a lot of yardage to obtain with 3.5 minutes left to go on the clock, but this offense is so methodical.
Xavier Ballard
does a good job. Nice hole.
Yeah, you can tell with his speed, he has speed and a little bit more of elusiveness. He's dipping straight through the holes.
And gain of 4 sounds very trivial, but that's staying ahead of the sticks.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's keeping Southside on their toes a little bit.
Clock still running at 3:13 in the first half. Once again, that heavy set for the Redskin offense.
Coffey's going to keep it with more room. They're starting to open up some holes.
Yeah, it's kudos to the offensive line. The last 3 or 4 plays, there's been a little bit of daylight created by the offensive line down in the trenches.
Wind in their back, and since they've crossed midfield, they're doing a pretty good job.
We're going to have a timeout no, they're going to give them the first down. So referee signal stoppage the clock, but it's rolling at 2:47.
And he called to roll it, but they've stopped it. Now it goes.
Well, they didn't stop it near as long as they tried to. Coffee with a fake handoff.
And again, this is working right now. As you said, the big boys up front doing their job. They actually are getting about 3 to 4 yards per carry at this point.
Splash of mud is what we called it.
There you go.
3 yards in a splash of mud instead of a cloud of dust.
Although I'm still impressed because this side of the field where they're at right now is had a lot of action on it tonight.
But it still looks to be in pretty good shape. Ballard on the carry. He'll fall forward.
There's a flag on the far side.
I'm not sure that Pocahontas was set. He'll stop the clock with 2:05 left to go in the first half.
That'll be a hold on Pocahontas again. They're up to about 6 or 7 penalties in this game.
They are. That one series is down, there were 3 and out, but there seemed like a lot more plays than that because there were 5 penalties. Boy, Pocahontas is so conservative on offense. It is so hard to overcome, especially a 10-yard penalty of a 10-yard variety.
Well, now, do they have a kicker that would even attempt anywhere close to this?
They have the best kicker in years in Brendan Arnold, but he's still a long way from his range.
This one's got a chance, and touchdown, Pocahontas. That's what you needed.
Well, that's Coffee. We talked about Spencer James throwing the football, but that was actually DJ Coffee, who predominantly is a running quarterback, but he hears it out and hits the receiver in stride.
Austin George with a touchdown.
Great throwing catch. Once again, Coffee to George.
I was not expecting that, and I don't think Southside was either. Beat them over the top. 2 minutes to go here before halftime, and just like that, Pocahontas has doubled Southside up, pinning this extra kick. That looks good. So it now 7-3 Pocahontas with this lead and waking up this crowd here at Schoonover Stadium. Let's take a quick break here on the Suncom Media and NEA Sports Network.
Whatever might happen next. If Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
Back here at Pocahontas as the Redskins have just taken the lead on their third possession of the game. A big 34-yard pass play from DJ Coffee to Austin George. And now the Southerners with 2 minutes to work here until halftime.
Oh.
And there you see the splash of mud, Steve.
That is really the first example of a wet surface we've seen, though. There hasn't been a whole lot of slippage. Like you said, Brandon, this turf has held up pretty well here.
Yeah, you saw the water splash up, but it didn't leave a divot. So,
They definitely contributed to that slippage of.
Yep, definitely. Southside will start this possession at the 24-yard line.
So it'll be their worst starting field position, but this is only their third offensive possession.
1:58 to go until halftime.
Big possession right now because you remember Pocahontas won the toss in the first, so they'll receive the ball to start the second half.
They deferred. And that play action pass touchdown is going to open up the run game for them a little bit more, you would assume, in the second half.
Ooh, good job up front.
And again, that Pocahontas defense front line holds up. I think that's it's either going to be no gain or a loss. I think they marked it right back where it was.
Gonna bring up a second down 10. The clock is running right now at 1.5 minutes left.
Yeah, and at this point, I don't think Southside is going to be in too big of a hurry or try to do anything too crazy.
Going against the wind also.
Allen ends up keeping it.
Good run. That was actually a run past Hobson. He had a receiver that was not open that he tried looked at. But a good run by quarterback Trey Allen.
But I was going to
first down.
say Redskin needs to keep their eyes on Lewis Calhoun as one of the big threats.
Clock temporarily stopped while they move the sticks, but it'll be right at a minute when they snap the ball.
Allen to McLaughlin.
Wow. Boy, he's close to breaking it.
Yep, another good one.
Dragged down right at midfield. Southside is going to take their second time out of the half. Oh, no, there's a penalty on the play. I'm sorry. Lot of flag on. It's going to be against Southside. These both sides have shot themselves in the foot via penalty.
Yeah, 51 seconds to go until halftime. I may want to think about just killing this one.
Well, they're spread out like they're going to throw the ball. Three wide receivers to the left of Allen.
They're going to look that way and give it back to McLaughlin on the right side, and he has a hold.
Bug. That's the play that they scored on that was called back on a hold. Kind of a sprint draw action, Allen to McLaughlin. And Southside will take their second time out of the half.
35 seconds to go. Let's take a quick break here on the Suncom Media NEA Sports Network.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance.
Think you have a brake problem? Do you hear a grinding or squeaking noise? Or does your steering wheel shake and shimmy when you apply the brakes? Worse, your vehicle doesn't stop when you need it to? If so, Gateway Tire will do a complete brake inspection at no charge, as in free. And if you do need brake service, you'll get $20 off per axle.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
Welcome back to Pocahontas here. Southside has the ball with 35 seconds left, trying to do something before halftime. They've had the lead most of the game, although it's just been a 3-point lead.
Well, they have a good kicker, but they're going to have to get a lot closer because of a monsoon blowing from left to right on your screen, and that's west to east geographically.
2nd and 3, and they're going to have to hit a pretty big play here really quickly.
Only one timeout left.
Allen gun straight over to...
I think that was a forward pass.
And it's going to be picked off regardless, and there is a flag.
I think it was 2 forward passes on the play by Southside. But Pocahontas has the choice to decline it if there was an interception, which you called, Brandon.
Coffee actually was the one that intercepted it.
Well, he's Mr. Everything for the Redskins, and done a good job tonight running the football, has a touchdown pass throwing, and now looks like he may have an interception.
Still determining what the flag was, regardless.
Well, they signaled it was Pocahontas' football, so I'm sure it was a double pass.
Illegal.
We have a great vantage point of the first pass.
Illegal forward pass. Honestly, at this point, it's kind of like a punt for Southside. They took their chance on the big play. They weren't going to have but maybe 1 or 2 more chances at a big play.
Pocahontas has all 3 timeouts and 27.7 seconds left, but a long way to go to pay dirt. But, hey, that's why you play the game, Brandon.
Yeah, if I'm Southside, I'm backing everybody up at this point.
And I'm not so sure I don't just take a knee if I'm Casey Chester.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'd be pretty happy going into the locker room 7-3.
It looks like that's exactly what Pocahontas will do.
And it is. So we'll drain this clock down into halftime.
Hey, halftime guest is great. Chad Chester, the brother of Coach Casey Chester's my halftime interview. We caught up with him at the 4A3 Conference Tennis Tournament in Jonesboro. It's a great halftime interview.
So don't go anywhere for that. Just sit at home in the nice, cozy confines of your own place, out of the rain, out of the wind here, and enjoy that interview coming up here at halftime. It is 7-3. Pocahontas, the home team, leading the Southside Southerners here at Schoonover Stadium. Stay tuned right here on the Suncom Media and NEA Sports Network.
For over 20 years, Central Dealerships has partnered with Suncom Media and NEA Sports to bring you live coverage of sporting events in Northeast Arkansas.
From heated rivalry games to conference showdowns along with playoff championship action, Central Dealerships continues to showcase the best games that NEA has to offer. Remember, when shopping local, Central Dealerships have played a huge role highlighting local players. Just like Suncom Media and NEA Sports, Central Dealerships puts NEA student athletes first.
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
If it seems like our Roof Raider trucks are everywhere,
well, we kind of are.
At Roof Raiders, we're always helping our customers and our community. We're always on call, always on the move, always on top.
Whatever might happen next. If Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance.
Think you have a brake problem? Do you hear a grinding or squeaking noise? Or does your steering wheel shake and shimmy when you apply the brakes? Worse, your vehicle doesn't stop when you need it to? If so, Gateway Tire will do a complete brake inspection at no charge, as in free. And if you do need brake service, you'll get $20 off per axle.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
Southern Home Health Care is your on-call home health care provider. Practically any home medical supply or service you need, you will find at Southern Home Healthcare. They feature home oxygen, walkers, wheelchairs, CPAP machines, braces, and more. And if you can't come to them, they'll come to you. On call 24 hours a day, 932-0990, 2925 South Caraway Road. Southern Home Healthcare. Solutions for your home healthcare needs.
Hello everyone, welcome to Halftime. Once again, I'm Steve Clayton, joined by one of my favorites, Mr. Chad Chester. Chad, you are about as involved as anybody could be with Pocahontas. A great example right behind us, your daughter's playing in a tennis tournament. Right now, talk to us about her play.
Yeah, she's a senior at Pocahontas, and this is her final year. This is the district tournament today.
Well, not only does she play tennis, she cheers.
She's a cheerleader. Yep.
So that by itself keeps you all involved, I know.
We're involved.
But you got a little attachment to the sideline of the Redskins. Casey's your brother.
My brother, yep.
So how does that affect you as far as your input with the Redskins?
Well, he don't take a lot of input from me, but we support them every week, and we'll continue to. And I've supported them every week since I played.
Since you played a long time,
long time
before
ago,
Casey was
yeah.
the head coach. How's it now, though, that Casey's the head coach? How's that different for you?
No, I'm glad he got the opportunity. He's a true Redskin, and glad he's got the opportunity to be the head coach.
Well, obviously, you're a true Redskin as
Yeah.
well. You played, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but your son was a pretty good quarterback here at Pocahontas as well.
Good quarterback.
Talk to us about Dawson.
Yeah, Dawson, of course, he had no choice but to play football because my brother took him to practice from the time he was 4 years old on. But Dawson ended with a great career as a Redskin. He was starting quarterback, all-state quarterback at Pocahontas, and also an all-state baseball player at Pocahontas.
I knew he was a great athlete. Who did he play for? Who's the head coach under Dawson?
Coach Beatty.
Coach Beatty. I thought he was after Coach Williams.
He was Coach Beatty's first 7th grade class at Pocahontas.
So he was born and raised under Coach Beatty's system.
Yep.
And thrived in it significantly.
Thrived.
Which you thrived as a player as well.
Yeah.
Stay right there. We'll be right back with Chad Chester to talk about his playing days here at Pocahontas.
America's a great country. It's a country that believes that its former Olympic athletes should lead the parade. It's a country that looks and admires the dedication and the athleticism of the participants. And it's a country that never mocks our religious symbols. Here at the Central Dealerships, we support our great Olympic athletes and we support our great nation.
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
If it seems like our roof raider trucks are everywhere,
Well, we kind of are.
at Roof Raiders, we're always helping our customers and our community. We're always on call, always on the move, always on top.
Whatever might happen next. If Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
Welcome back to halftime. Once again, I'm joined by, I guess, the number one booster here in Pocahontas, number one Redskin booster, Chad Chester. Chad, your roots go back a long way with Pocahontas, especially football. Talk to us about when you played quarterback here for the Redskins.
Yeah, I played quarterback my junior and senior year for the Redskins. Was an all-state quarterback. We had some really good football teams. We're a team that made it to the semifinals of the state playoffs. We played under Coach Williams, Coach Wellman, so really good guys.
Obviously, Coach Williams, a legend. Talk to us about playing with Coach Williams and what he brought to the town of Pocahontas, really.
Yeah, Coach started off tough at Pocahontas, some tough seasons, but he built it into multiple conference championships, multiple playoff appearances during his time, and Coach Williams was a guy that expected us to play tough physical football.
No doubt. He was old school smash mouth, which I love. Now, you've had to accommodate a little bit. You got a daughter that plays tennis and cheerleading. How's that different from your involvement on the football field?
Oh, it's a lot different with a daughter than it was with Dawson because you can't hardly be as tough on hers.
I didn't think you were hard.
Not as hard on hers as I was him, but she's done really well with her tennis and with her cheerleading both.
Now, you said she's a senior. What are her plans after this year?
Yeah, she says right now the University of Arkansas to law school.
Oh, she's already at a higher intellectual level than I am. What about Dawson? What's he up to these days?
Dawson has graduated from Arkansas State, and he has a degree in agriculture. He is in a grain brokerage business and also the poultry industry. He has his own poultry house.
Now, I know you're going to stay involved because of Casey, but what's next for you with a daughter graduating?
Oh, it won't change. I'll be there every Friday night.
I figure you would be, and is always one of the best boosters.
And most Thursday nights.
Chad, I appreciate you greatly. That's the fan here in Pocahontas, Mr. Chad Chester. Stay right there. We'll be right back with a little more halftime and then the second half kickoff.
For over 20 years, Central Dealerships has partnered with Suncom Media and NEA Sports to bring you live coverage of sporting events in Northeast Arkansas.
From heated rivalry games to conference showdowns along with playoff championship action, Central Dealerships continues to showcase the best games that NEA has to offer. Remember, when shopping local, Central Dealerships have played a huge role highlighting local players. Just like Suncom Media and NEA Sports, Central Dealerships puts NEA student athletes first.
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
If it seems like our roof raider trucks are everywhere,
Well, we kind of are.
at Roof Raiders, we're always helping our customers and our community. We're always on call, always on the move, always on top.
Whatever might happen next. If Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance.
Think you have a brake problem? Do you hear a grinding or squeaking noise? Or does your steering wheel shake and shimmy when you apply the brakes? Worse, your vehicle doesn't stop when you need it to? If so, Gateway Tire will do a complete brake inspection at no charge, as in free. And if you do need brake service, you'll get $20 off per axle.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
Southern Home Healthcare is your on-call home health care provider. Practically any home medical supply or service you need, you will find at Southern Home Healthcare. They feature home oxygen, walkers, wheelchairs, CPAP machines, braces, and more. And if you can't come to them, they'll come to you. On call 24 hours a day, 932-0990, 2925 South Caraway Road. Southern Home Healthcare. Solutions for your home healthcare needs.
Hey, welcome back to Pocahontas. Here is the home team, Redskins, have done a great job on defense and held the Southside Southerners, an undefeated Southside Southerners team, try to say that 3 times real fast, Steve, to just 3 points, and they have the lead here at halftime, 7-3 off a big play-action play from quarterback DJ Coffey to Austin George. So they have stole the lead here. And, again, just the defense has done a really good job because it's not like Southside hasn't been moving the ball in chunk plays and chunk yardage, but bend but don't break for Pocahontas.
Well, Southside has definitely won the battle as far as time of possession, but Pocahontas was given anything to be able to put a score on the board last week like they did in the first half. Not to take anything away from Pocahontas, but Southside pretty much had its way in the first half everywhere but the scoreboard. Pocahontas comes away at halftime with the 7-3 lead. And Brandon, remember, Pocahontas deferred the win on the coin toss, so look at the ball to start here in the second half.
And speaking of scoreboard watching here, kicking off 4A3 conference play, another score to update you on. Truman up 14-0 over Westside. A couple more scores to pass along. Nettleton 14-0 over Batesville. Paragould being blanked and shut down by Valley View right now. That scores 35-0. Valley View on front.
There's Valley View's homecoming as well.
Wow, that's early homecoming it seems like. But, yeah, Paragould not standing in their way. Benton 14-0 over Jonesboro right now. Win on top of Brooklyn 24-0. And Newport on top of Piggott 28-18 at the half. Getting ready for the second half kickoff. Pocahontas will receive.
One score, Sheridan and West Memphis have not even started yet because of the weather and because of the elements. They're just now getting ready to start at Hamilton Schultz Field in West Memphis.
That is rough.
Good
kick
kick.
Is up. It is high. It is booming. It is caught at the 10. And returned by number 10. That's Brendan Arnold.
That's kicker. Kick return of Brendan Arnold for the Redskins. They'll start out. There's another penalty marker on the field. We have had a slew of penalty flags thrown in the first half, and here on the opening kickoff of the second half.
And that's coming back. And unfortunately for Pocahontas, the majority of them have been on them.
Holding. So instead of having the ball at the 25, they'll start out this drive at their own 15-yard line.
They have started several of their possessions in really bad field position.
Brandon, you get tickled. The wind's kind of died down now, and you were laughing at halftime because it was literally...
It was doing figure eights.
Yeah, the wind was crazy at halftime.
And kind of going back to that West Memphis game starting late, the fortunate thing about this weather is there hasn't been really any lightning or thunderstorms associated, just really, really heavy rain and wind.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a bad snap. Coffee has to fall on it. And that will back them up even further to start the second half drive.
Not the way you want to start out the second half for Coach Casey Chester. A penalty on the opening kickoff and then a fumbled snap on the first play from scrimmage. Loss of 9. It'll be second down and 19. The ball spotted now at the Pocahontas 6-yard line.
Clock running, already a minute off of it, and we really haven't done anything yet here in this third quarter.
Clock has been flown through first 2 quarters of play. If it wasn't for the penalties, that's really the only time the clock stopped. Both teams running the football predominantly in the first half of play.
Coffee kept it there and was chopped down immediately.
See a good shot there. You screen of the players and the scoreboard. Kudos to our cameraman, Clay Clayton. He has fought the elements as well. It's pretty nasty up here. He's trying to stay in tune to the game and keep you covered.
Clay cubed. Clay cubed. It's not an easy camera work or job tonight, doing it the way we're doing
dry.
it.
We'll say that for on the positive.
So not much going on in this first drive for
No,
Pocahontas.
it'll be 4th down 17 right now with the ball spotted at their own 8-yard line. No question they're going to punt the football. Ricky Regina, left footer, will be in punting situation for the Redskins.
Clock down to 9:45 already.
Nobody deep. If that ball rolls, which it looks like it will, it'll definitely be the Pocahontas' advantage.
Southside will still get the ball.
On the positive side of the field, it's at the plus 45. The problem with that punt for Pocahontas, the biggest problem was Regina was standing in his own end zone.
Yeah. That's a shame because the initial return brought the ball out to about the 25 or a little bit past it. Then the holding penalty on the return.
Then the bad snap cost them 9 additional yards. Pocahontas did such a good job defensively in the first half, holding this very potent Southside offense to 3 points. See if they can stand up here early in the second half.
Yeah, for sure. Southside's averaging well over 30 points per game this season so far. They put up 33 in a 1-point win over Forest City, 49 against Harrisburg, and then 31 in a 31-7 win against Batesville 2 weeks ago.
It's Owen McLaughlin on that bug sweep that we called so many times in the first half. Pretty good job up front by the Redskin defense. Caught a gain of 1.5 yards. Second down for Southside. McLaughlin and Allen in the backfield for Southside. Look over to Coach Kenny Simpson for the play.
3 wide right, but
great
McLaughlin
job
gets
defensively.
It. And again, bend but don't break. And it's crazy because like the second play of the game was that McLaughlin sweep that went to the house that was called back, and they haven't had an explosive play like that since.
There is an injured Redskin on the field.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly what happened, but he's rolling around.
He's just a lineman. They got wadded up there at the point of contact.
So let's take a quick break here as we check on the injured player here on the Suncom Media and NEA Sports Network.
Southern Home Healthcare is your on-call home health care provider. Practically any home medical supply or service you need, you will find at Southern Home Healthcare. They feature home oxygen, walkers, wheelchairs, CPAP machines, braces, and more. And if you can't come to them, they'll come to you. On call 24 hours a day, 932-0990, 2925 South Caraway Road. Southern Home Healthcare. Solutions for your home healthcare needs.
Landon Gettings, the player being helped off the field now.
Big two-way lineman for Pocahontas, but he got off in his own regard, so I bet we see Gettings back in the ball game.
3rd and 8 for the Southside Southerners.
Well, they aired out here on 3rd and long.
That's exactly what they'll do. Lewis Calhoun.
Screen pass going to be tackled at the 40-yard line. Bring up 4th down and 5. So an interesting call here, Brandon, but for Kenny Simpson on 4th and 5. But at the positive 40-yard line, do you go for it here? Or looks like they will line up initially to go for it on 4th and 6. Now, right on cue, here comes
the thought twice about that.
Well, they've done a good job defensively slowing down Pocahontas. Pocahontas is going against the wind right now, so.
And they know the way Pocahontas has really kind of been moving this ball outside that one big play action play, that if you could really have a chance to pin them pretty deep here.
Sure. Get the ball back on the positive side of the field.
And that's going to make the call a little bit more interesting.
Twice about it now because instead
offense
of 4th and 6,
yep.
4th and 1. So here comes offense back on the field for Bass.
Yep, here comes Trey Allen bouncing back.
When they were on cue, they knew what was going to happen or knew what could have happened. 4th down, about half a yard for Batesville Southside.
Quarterback Trey Allen's he was lining up wide right there. So they were going with a little bit bigger set, it appears.
Wildcat formation. Is that
4th and
McLaughlin?
1.
That's McLaughlin. A heavy set for Southside.
And they're probably going to give it back.
They just weren't set.
And bring the punt team back out. Try this again.
Boy, we have seen so many penalty flags. Like you mentioned, Brandon, mostly against Pocahontas, but that one definitely costs Southside a chance to go for it on 4th and 1.
It is just 8:20 here, real time, Central Standard Time, and we are down to 6:47 in this third quarter already.
And if it wasn't for the penalties, this game would be in the fourth quarter.
And there has been a lot of penalties.
And I'd say 20 at least.
Yeah.
So now you see Southside's punt team come back on the field. Once again, I agree with this call to try to pin Pocahontas deep in their own territory.
It would be a lot for Pocahontas to try to take this ball 90 yards, and if they do, they're going to earn their points the way the pace of this game is going.
Good snap, and
that's
they
going
rolled
to
it
be into the end zone. Yep. Nevertheless, probably the smarter play right
still
there.
a net of 20 yards on the punt. Punted from the 40-yard line, and Pocahontas will take over at the 20. So 20-yard net punt. Pocahontas has the ball once again, 1st and 10 from their own 20 to start their second possession here in the second half. 6:33 left on the third quarter clock.
Just looking to see if Gettings had made his way back in the game. As you said, two-way lineman there.
I bet he is. It's hard to see from our angle. I think he's the right guard. I believe he's back in the ball game.
So Pocahontas now with a chance to chew some more clock and take a little bit further control of this game.
They'd obviously like to score, but they could legitimately run out the third quarter clock here at 6:33 left to go in the third quarter.
There's a discussion on the south side.
Casey Chester wants to know what's going on. He's walking out on the field. You see him there right above the Pocahontas emblem on the scoreboard.
Not really sure what he would be so animated about, though, at this point.
Well, he may just be figuring out what they're visiting about on the far side of the field. I don't see a piece of laundry on the field. So it'll be 1st down and 10. Once again, the ball at the Redskin 20-yard line. Power set for the Pocahontas offense. Coffee on the carry.
And
another penalty flag.
Of course.
We're going to have it thrown in the backfield, probably a hold against the Redskins.
DJ Coffee on the carry. Gain of 1 on the play. There's flag on the play.
If that is the case, which I believe you're correct, Pocahontas, and it is, they have lost so much yardage, especially even on early downs. They're starting in such holes.
Well, and this offense is not designed to overcome negative plays and penalties. I've said it numerous times tonight. Unless they can do something here on 1st and 20, they'll prove me right once again.
So proved to be a great move to punt after all, as Pocahontas does end up at the 10. There's 6:20 left here in the third quarter. Game flying by. Coffee keeps it. Actually has some room right side, all the way down back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe +1.
The truck is yelling, congratulations, there's no penalty on the play. The truck is excited.
Let's keep a rhythm and a momentum going
here.
There's
been more plays with penalties tonight than there have been without penalties, seemingly.
That brings up 2nd and 8. No damage done. Coffee tests out the left side now.
So close.
Just tripped up.
DJ Coffee on the carry.
It's a good tackle.
Number 45.
Andrew Plummer on the tackle.
I see it was Gentry Shirley Hoskins with a shoestring tackle, but a manageable 3rd down and 4 here for Pocahontas. It wouldn't surprise me with the positive play here on 3rd down if they don't go for it on 4th down. Try to draw Southside offside.
They almost did. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Still 7-3.
Southside definitely won the battle at the line of scrimmage. A gain of about 1. It'll be 4th down and 3. I don't think Pocahontas will go for it here in their own territory. And here comes the punting team. Punting team led by punter Ricky Regina once again. Southside's not putting anybody deep to return punts, so.
Yeah, they're not.
There goes. Prove me wrong once again.
I think that's the first time they have, though. Looks like Lewis Calhoun.
Exactly. That's going to roll.
I'd stay away from it. And they do. And still almost start this possession at midfield.
Great starting field position. The ball will be at the Southside 47-yard line. So 4:10 left to go in the third quarter clock. Southside starts this possession very close to midfield, like you said, Brandon.
Well, I know these are nasty conditions, but the cool wind makes me feel like it's football weather finally. It's not
Rain
85,
has
90
died
degrees.
down a little bit, but it has a couple times tonight and then picked right back up. McLaughlin able to get around left end. There is another penalty marker on the field.
Oh, McLaughlin, tough run.
But I think it's going to come back with a holding call against these Southerners. Flag is at the 48, so the penalty will mark it back to the 38-yard line.
And it's their turn to start off a drive in.
Well, Brandon, I said it, but we would be well in the fourth quarter had it not been for penalty markers.
Yep, 3:58 on the third quarter clock as we speak. Do you think these conditions are playing a factor into the battling at the line?
I don't know. You can't tell. It's not helping anything.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's helping one area of the game, to be honest.
Ooh. McLaughlin squirts through for a nice gain on.
Yep, another tough run. He's elusive as well.
Another penalty marker on the far sideline. Wow.
So
it's going to be a false start against the Southerners. So instead of a nice first down gain of 7 yards, it'll be first down 25.
When they started it right at midfield.
At the 48, now the ball's already back to the 32-yard line of Southside.
So it may get to the point here very quickly where they have to open it up a little bit more, because if they continue to trail the way this game is going, they're going to find themselves in a desperate moment here in the next 20, 25 minutes.
And that's the first double handoff we've seen. I really thought we'd see that play a lot more frequently for the Southerners. But obviously, Pocahontas looking for that play. No gain or maybe even a loss of a yard on the play.
Officially, 2nd and 25.
No penalty. Hurry. Snap the ball before we throw a flag. Oh, fumble.
And he still got away. It's Owen McLaughlin.
Breaking the tackle of Virginia in the backfield, but it's still going to be third down and very long for Southside.
Yeah, good job to scoop that and turn it into something. But, yeah, still a very long way to go.
3rd and 22, I believe.
I don't think I would get too crazy with this. We have 3 left.
Well, you say that. I mean, clock at 2.5 minutes in the third quarter. You're going to have to get something generated offensively if you're Southside. 3rd down, 22, not an ideal situation for that play call, however. Well, they'll choose to air it out, and a great job. Blitzing linebacker, that's number 45, Tom Menard. In the backfield also was Ricky Virginia. And a big loss on the play will bring up 4th down and a country mile for the for the Southerners.
And I can't say enough about this Redskin defense here tonight. Another thing is DJ Coffey doesn't come out of the game, Steve.
No. Runs the ball.
Yeah, he's playing
75% of the offensive plays.
Plays defense, back safety. He's on the special teams now.
Ooh.
And it did
low
take
line drive pun's going to roll.
Somewhat of a favorable bounce for the kicker. 1:31 to go here, third quarter. Pocahontas hanging on to that 7-3 lead. And you hear the PA announcer urging the crowd to give it up for that Redskin defense, which has been the unit of the game in my eyes here.
Well, no doubt. Obviously not a whole lot of offense here with 1:31 left to go in the third quarter and 10 points put on the board, 7 for Pocahontas and 3 for Southside. So not a whole lot of offense, but two good jobs by both sides of the ball, on both sides of the ball by both defensive units.
Yeah, we would see some more points with a little bit more clean football, but the penalties. Coffee took a whack at the back end of that tackle. It's going to be a loss of 2 or 3.
Andrew Plummer penetrating from his linebacker spot. Brings down Coffee in the backfield.
Still surprised we haven't seen a little bit more of Xavier Ballard. Just something to get him going. It's been a steady dose of coffee.
Ballard in the backfield with Coffee right now.
We're under a minute. And on cue is Xavier Ballard.
But only gained about 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah, I'm not sure he made it back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. Under 40 seconds to go.
Be one more play run here in the third quarter, barring a penalty. Barring another penalty, I should say. Third down 10. Coffee in the backfield. Ballard on his right hip, excuse me.
Runs right, and he's got a chance. And he picks up the first down. Does Coffee. And that's one of the bigger chunk yardage, clean plays we've seen from Pocahontas here tonight. With just 2 seconds left, that's going to be, unless they're out of bounds, stop the clock.
Yeah, he went out of bounds on the far sideline.
We'll see one more snap.
See the ball right at midfield. Good shot on their screen there. 1st and 10 at the minus 49-yard line. Coffee in the backfield. Once again, Ballard on his right hip.
Keeps it again and falls forward. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. Again, this game's moving at lightning speed. Pocahontas in good shape right now, driving on one of their best drives of the night with the lead 7-3 heading into the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter of action's coming up here on Suncom Media and NEA Sports Network. We are back here in Pocahontas, Schoonover Stadium. The crowd that is here is happy right now with Pocahontas driving. They're going to flip fields and have the wind to their back with a 7-3 lead. Final quarter of action.
The wind really has not been a factor except for the first points of the game, and that was a 35-yard field goal for Batesville Southside.
And guess what, Steve? Laundry on the field.
I would say it's not going to be the last time we see a penalty. Wow.
Yeah, these early down penalties have really been hurting Pocahontas.
10-yard variety is just so critically just deflating if you're Pocahontas. Once again, their offense not real wide open, not real fancy. But they've been effective enough to enjoy a 4-point lead here early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's helping them chew up the clock, but you cannot afford a big mistake at this point. As your defense is doing it, holding Southside out of the end zone all night long.
And this is a Southside team, like you said, Brandon, that's averaging over 30 points a game. So, once again, kudos to the Redskin defense.
And once again, they're going to be backing up. Pretty sure that's going to be a hold as well.
Yes, sir. I bet the flags are wet. What do you think?
Yeah.
They've been out of the pockets quite a bit tonight. They're declining the penalty to try to get the ball back in their hands a little bit quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, you already got them pinned pretty good here.
3rd down and 18, yeah. They're just trying to get the ball back. Is Batesville Southside.
Going to air it out.
Coffee.
I think that's going to be, that was anybody's ball right there.
Actually making a pretty good play on the football was Austin George.
Yeah, between Austin George and quarterback Trey Allen, that was anybody's ball.
It'll be 4th down on an obvious punting situation. Once again, Ricky Regina in punting situation for the Redskins. Calhoun will be the deep man for the Southerners.
Yeah, if it's another line drive kick, Calhoun will have a chance to do something with it.
He got a little air under that.
Yeah, he did. And just lets it bounce. That was a good bounce. And marked dead at the 20. That's where Southside will take over. 11:20 to go here, fourth quarter.
Once again, Southside going against the wind, 11:20 in the fourth quarter. But Pocahontas' defense, knock on wood, has done such a good job throughout the entire course of the football game.
If you would have told me this game was going to be 7-3 starting the fourth quarter, I probably would not have believed you. I know the conditions are bad, but still, this is a really good Southside offense. So that kind of lets you know how well the Redskins defense is doing here tonight.
Ty Menard with a good stop there on the short gain of 2 yards by the Southerners. Like you said, McLaughlin on the first down carry.
Trey Allen with it. Looked like he was going to throw it. Keeps it instead.
One pace option, but a great job by the Redskins. Defensive secondary. Allen does a good job to pick up positive yards on the play, though. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
I think Pocahontas has been happy with that all night long. If they're not stopping them in the backfield, they'll give up, like I said, bend but don't break. Just enough.
Well, Southside definitely has the advantage on yards gained tonight, but Pocahontas has kept them out of the end zone.
But nothing's been easy, though.
Ill-advised pass. Simpson on the intended pass.
Yeah, that floated on him. No one really in the vicinity to really catch that.
Once again by the secondary. Brings up a punting situation for Southside. Although look for Southside maybe to try to draw Pocahontas off sides again on 4th down and 4.
9:58 on the fourth quarter clock.
Pocahontas with nobody deep to return the punt.
No, straight up. No, I was going to say that's going to take a backwards bounce.
Look like a sandwich. Look like your sandwich with a little backwards.
If you hit it good.
hit it like you're supposed to hit it. But a big good starting field position for Pocahontas. Still 9:49 left on the clock. Both teams have 3 timeouts in their pocket. But Pocahontas could take a lot of time off the clock with 3 or 4 first downs on this drive.
This is a really good opportunity for Pocahontas to seal and solidify this game. I know there's still plenty of time left,
another
but
touchdown on the board, it would all put the game out of reach.
You would think so. So we can see what Coach Chester puts together here schematically. Starts out Coffee running to the right, got some room.
They want a late flag on the Pocahontas sideline. I don't think it would warrant an out-of-bounds hit.
Nope, ref isn't buying.
But a good carry by Coffee on first down.
Yeah, either way.
There is a flag on the play.
It was way back here, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was holding. They're saying it's on Southside.
Holding on Southside. No, it's personal foul, so it is a late hit out of bounds. We don't have very good angle on
it. It was surprising me because it was thrown from way back.
Well, it was thrown by the referee. Obviously, he was in the backfield. But a big penalty will put the ball all the way down to the Southside 25-yard line. 1st and 10, the clock at 9:43. And it'll get cranked up here in a second by the...
It's still a steady rain, but I got to say it may be about the lightest I've seen it. Coffee, elusive, running left, and another flag. He picked up a couple, but flag on the play.
That's going to be a hold, I'm sure, with the outside run.
Yep, anytime you see him bounce to the outside.
You know, the old saying, you can call holding on every play.
No, they are.
Just about as happened. You know, and usually holding typically occurs when you're throwing the football. We haven't thrown 10 passes all night.
Yeah, I don't know if the conditions are playing a factor into that or what, but these refs' arms are going to be sore tomorrow.
They're consistent. I'll say that for the refereeing crew. Ball's back up to the Southside 35-yard line. Right now it's 1st down and 20 for the Redskins.
Coffee going to keep it right.
It's a big dose of coffee right and coffee left.
I was about to say, how many attempts does he have at this point in the game?
Oh,
it's a ton.
Yeah, he's probably close to 30, 35 attempts.
We're under 9 minutes now. 8:55 to go in this ball game.
Clock comes more and more advantageous for the Redskins to wind down
with every play.
Minutes.
Yes, sir, with every play. Looks like a pass play this time. Coffee will air it out, looking for George.
Got him. Oh, George had every attempt to get the ball. Good coverage with double coverage back there.
Yeah, there was 2 Southerners back there, but they almost let George go up and get that one.
I thought he had it initially. He will stop the clock at 8:37 and brings up a 3rd down 21 for the Redskins.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Southerners DBs actually saw that ball as quick as they should have, but at least they didn't get pass interference.
On the wall.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I thought George had an excellent opportunity to catch the football. It is a wet ball. Another long. Oh, the ball just slipped out of Coffee's hands. So that will be our first turnover of the game, Brandon.
Well, that was actually Spencer James. Coffee was lined up right. That's who he was going to throw to. So maybe a little bit of wet ball and someone who doesn't. I guess he's probably the backup quarterback.
He is the backup, but that's only his
sophomore
second pass attempt of the evening.
Yeah.
Ball just simply slipped out of his hand. No doubt it was a fumble.
And that's
so good starting field position here for Southside. See if they can convert. 8:31 left here in the ball game.
That's what I was alluded to earlier. Don't make the big mistake. Not sure how big that is quite yet. And you still leave Southside quite a bit of work to do.
And they're going against the wind. Direct snap to McLaughlin.
Oh, McLaughlin has room up the right side. Couple of men to beat. He'll be dragged down at about the 30, 35, 30.
No, he's right at the 30-yard line. Good run by McLaughlin. Once he gets in open field, Brandon, he's pretty effective running the football.
He has some speed, and I was scanning for flags because typically that's what we've seen in this game at this point, any kind of big play.
McLaughlin directly behind center again gets the snap. But
Yeah.
a good job to swarm him down in the backfield. That's Virginia on the stop.
I think they're realizing right now, Coach Simpson, that he may can do some damage on a tired, worn-down defense.
Well, they've been out there predominantly the vast majority of this football game that has the Redskin defense.
That was Trey Allen lining up wide left now.
We're going to see a big dose of Mr. McLaughlin running the football, I believe.
He gets it again, lunges forward.
Coach Simpson just challenging McLaughlin and his offensive line to take over this football game.
He's picked up a lot of yardage so far. We're down to 7:15 to go. And if they're going to strike, this would be a great opportunity to do it.
This might be their last offensive possession. Excuse me, Brandon. Once again, McLaughlin solo in the backfield for the Southerners.
And he does hand off that time to mix it up. And tough running and a spin.
That's Simpson, Braden Simpson on the carry.
Number 8, Braden Simpson on the carry. Number 7, DJ Coffey on the
First down for Southside. They got Brandon. They have pretty good looking drive going here.
First down.
Once again, it's been all smash mouth football on the Southerner offensive possession.
And they started going straight to McLaughlin and have played, knock on wood, penalty-free football here on this drive.
That's been the biggest factor for this offensive possession. No penalties.
And they're not trying to fool Pocahontas at this point. McLaughlin's just going to keep getting his jersey dirtier and dirtier.
Number 11, Austin George on the tackle.
Field's still not as torn up as I figured it would be at this juncture in the ball game. The rain, like you said, about as light as it's been all night, but it's still falling pretty good.
It's held up good. We have a Pocahontas Redskin player down, so let's take a quick commercial break here on the Suncom Media and NEA Sports Network.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day. Central Dealership has the same philosophy. I'm Austin Reeves, and I'm proud to be part of the Central team.
It was Austin George who made his way off the field, so he's out for at least a play, being attended to, getting a drink.
I think he'll be back in the ball game as well.
And McLaughlin with that elusiveness slips one tackle.
Thought the ball came loose initially, but it was just a
slice of mud, a splash of mud there. First time I've seen that really tonight. It was what you were just talking about, how well the field is held up.
Oh, no doubt. I thought it'd be a mud bath at this point in the ball game, but it's.
And I did not. I guess if I knew, I forgot that they didn't have turf here. So when I was walking up, I was really surprised. Oh no, this is a grass environment tonight. This could be interesting.
Well, they take a lot of pride in this grass field.
Well, McLaughlin again, left side, working his way back to the middle.
He'll have the first down and then some. Getting down pretty about the 6-yard line. Will be first and goal to goal. What a great drive. Biggest factor, like you said, a penalty-free drive for the Southerners.
And they're also, again, they're not trying to fool Pocahontas right now. It's going to be Owen McLaughlin running. And that south side is really lit up now. They can sense it. Because conversely now, if they punch it in the end zone, it's going to be an uphill battle for Pocahontas to get back in this game now. 5 minutes to go. McLaughlin right at the goal line. I think he's across. He is. So the Southside Southerners reclaim the lead after it was stuck at 7-3 for a long time, and a big dose of Owen McLaughlin there on that series with 4:57 to go. It's 9-7 Southside.
Kudos to Owen McLaughlin. He pretty much just put the ball on his back or put the football team on his back and said, if you block for me and give me a crease, I'll promise you good things will happen. And that's exactly what happened for Batesville Southside.
And how much more could you really ask Pocahontas defense to do here tonight?
Oh, they got to be worn out. They got a lot of players playing both ways, but defense specifically has been on the field for a big majority of this football game.
10-7, Southside reclaims the lead here in Pocahontas here on the Suncom Media and NEA Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Whatever might happen next, if Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
We are back here at Pocahontas, and it really has been not a lot of scoring, but it's been kind of a back-and-forth game. You don't really know from series to series, possession to possession, which way this game is going to swing, and it just swung for the Southside Southerners playing, like we said, mistake-free football, and now it's up to Pocahontas here. 4:57 to go in this game.
Probably the last Redskin possession.
Yep.
The way this ball game is played out tonight, just under 5 minutes left to go in the ball game, so very well could be the last Redskin chance with the ball in their possession.
I would have to agree. So Coach Casey Chester is going to have to open up a few pages in the playbook. Although if they can get on that, save some yardage, so get the ball at about the 28, 29-yard line.
You see Coffee and the big offensive line coming back out on the field, and it'll be up to them. Coffee will be the ball carrier and see if he can answer Owen McLaughlin what he did for Southside on their last offensive possession.
So prematurely looking ahead, say Pocahontas does get what they feel is enough yardage with the wind at their back. Do they have a kicker that could try a 30-yard field goal?
He's made 3 field goals this year, so they have the capability of kicking a field goal, but they'd have to get pretty close to the 10-yard line, I'd say, for a legitimate shot at a game-time field goal. Ooh,
can't have just fall on it. Just fall on it. Don't make it worse.
But you can't afford that.
That's just like a holding or a false start call right there.
Well,
Again,
the bad thing about it is it's loss of down as well.
It's a loss of clock, too. And this is, about as steady as the wind has been. Although the flag is wrapped all the way around the pole at this point.
Crazy earlier.
These early down mistakes and penalties have really killed Pocahontas here tonight. And that play just didn't give them a chance to do anything. No rack yardage right there.
Mitchell, the intended receiver, ball underthrown to be 3rd down 17.
That may be the first night or time we called his name tonight. And don't you feel like you just have to get Xavier Ballard involved in some way, just something, and let him touch the ball?
I'd like to get him the ball in the open field. I know that.
Well, that one's just, that's whoo.
I know Georgia intended receiver, but there were one intended receiver and 4 defenders right there making a play on the football. So 4th and 17, and looks like Casey Chester will punt the football here. 4:08 left on the clock, which isn't a lot of time, but he does have all 3 timeouts.
And if they're going to go 3 and out like that, they did not chew up any time. Less than a minute for sure.
I think 4:57 when they got the ball.
That pass was a duck falling from the sky.
Ooh,
and that's tipped.
Blocked.
And a good job by Southside to pick that back up after touching it and at least fall on it. And they have great field position here again with a real opportunity to end this game. 4:01 to go.
Yeah, if you can make it a 2-score game, the way this ball game's gone, you feel pretty comfortable with the 2-score lead.
And I wouldn't mix it up one bit. I would keep handing it to number 4 and just emphasize squeeze the ball, son.
Good job there, Coach Reed. And he'll be in the backfield by himself with a heavy set offensive line. Everybody within 5 yards of the football offensively for the Southerners.
And he has room with the right side, has some blocking, and is quickly shut down. Still a pickup of maybe a couple.
And it looks like Pocahontas will start using their timeouts. 3:52 on the fourth quarter clock.
Well, that's going to put more pressure on this Redskin defense because you start using your timeouts. It's going to be up to them to get a stop and really quickly.
Yeah, first down here would probably be a long way for a Southerner victory. Southerner victory. Get all my syllables out.
Southerner kicker Joel Busby warming up on the opposite side just in case.
But he's going against a pretty good wind right now.
I was about to say these are about the calmest conditions we've had. The rain's picking up a little bit, but it is getting a little calmer.
It started blowing straight down the wind.
But yeah, you can look at all the cheerleaders with the like ponchos, and they've been whipping all night long. So a steady wind for sure, even if it's lighter at times than others.
But like you said, no doubt, White Kenny Simpson will call here. McLaughlin in the backfield by himself. He'll get the direct snap and see if he can turn out a first down, which would be big for Southside. He won't get on that play. There was a gain of about 2 on the play and another timeout taken by Pocahontas.
Yeah, Pocahontas knows the deal now, so timeout for Pocahontas. Let's take a quick break here with 3:46 to go, fourth quarter. Southside trying to put the game away. We're back here at Pocahontas. Southside holding the 10-7 lead, 3:46 to go and trying to do more damage, and we're getting at a critical moment here for Pocahontas with only one timeout left. 3rd and 6. This is maybe the play of the defense's night.
The ball game in the balance right here, in my opinion, Brandon. A first down here, and Southside can pretty much run out the clock on their next series of downs.
McLaughlin actually hands it off.
He's not going to have the first down, but he picks up enough yards to go for it on 4th down. But first, Pocahontas expends their last timeout.
And they're going all in. Let's hear from another sponsor here real quick. 3:39 to go as Pocahontas is going to be out of timeouts here, trailing 10-7.
Whatever might happen next. If Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
We are back here in Pocahontas as the Redskins are trying to hold one more time, as this defense has pretty much all night long. It's a 4th and 2 for the Southerners.
But even if they hold here, they got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they need the ball back in their possession, like you commented on, Brandon.
There is 3:39 left here in this fourth quarter.
He's going to
stood up, and yeah, that's going to be close. It was hard to see in the pile
where the ref
is standing. That may warrant
he may not have it.
I was going to say it may warrant our first chain look tonight, but I don't think they have it. You have one referee standing pretty much on the marker, but where the ball was spotted, I would say, is clearly short.
Well, we don't have a good angle, but what a big call in this game. They're going to talk about it. Why not just take time out and measure?
Yeah, I think it's going to have to come to that. You have both coaches on opposite sides of the ball looking straight down the line.
Not measuring on an artificial surface where the lines dictate themselves, but here on a natural surface. Boy.
There's a shadow down there. Is the ball even placed right now? Where is it?
Boy, how could you build more suspense? Take your time, Mr. Referee. Talking to Kenny Simpson, so somebody's going to be very upset after this fourth down call.
Yeah, and it's going to be Kenny Simpson who is going to be the upset party. Pocahontas holds and get just what they needed. Now the offense has to do something with 3:32 to go in the ball game, trailing by just 3.
And no timeouts left.
So that gamble, I'm not sure necessarily you could call it a gamble. You had to do what you had to do, but they expended all their timeouts, and you got a chunk of time to work with.
3.5 minutes, but you got 82 yards to go.
And you can't rely on the 3 yards, 4 yards, and a splash of mud anymore. They will open up with a pass. And it's actually caught and dropped.
He's going to say he caught it. No, he's just coming. Is he? Yeah, no, they said he got it.
Yep, flag in the backfield. The incomplete pass, but there's a flag.
Well, the back judge called it incomplete. The line judge to the near side called it complete. But we were told by our film guy, Clay Clayton, that there is a flag in the backfield, which will be a roughing the passer, so it will be a 15-yard penalty. To benefit.
It's exactly what it is.
Boy, if that pass was so close to being completed, that would have been a huge game there on first down with the 15-yard penalty.
I think that was Spencer James on the pass on that one. Yeah, that is Spencer James.
Is in the backfield, coffee out, split it wide left. Southside taking
Southside wants to take a timeout. Talk about building suspense. 3:25 here to go in the fourth quarter. Game on the line. Pocahontas with the ball. Yep. Trailing by 3, 10-7. And not many points, Steve, 10-7, but I could say this has been a back-and-forth game.
Very competitive. I mean, it's been a very evenly matched game. The biggest disappointment for me as an old coach is the amount of penalties, but still a very competitive, hard-fought football game on both sides of the football.
Well, next week at practice, both coaches will have plenty to work on as far as penalties go, because someone's about to be very disappointed, and they can look back at the penalties and say, we shot ourselves in the foot way too many times, especially on early downs.
Speaking of next week, Suncom Media will be at Valley View as the Yellow Jackets of Wynn come into town. So another good game on broadcast.
I think that's October 11th, I believe.
And there's a week in between.
Yeah, I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I believe that's the 11th.
Oh, a long pass.
And and at that point, Brendan Arnold was playing DB.
He did knock the ball down. Another pass thrown into triple coverage. Clock stopped at 3:18. Second down and 10 for the Redskins.
They're having to do what they're having to do, but this is a little bit out of their comfort zone, and the Southside knows they're having to pass now, so it's not as easy as that play action that got them their only 7 points on the board so far. And dropped again.
Drop ball. That would have been a first down. Would have stopped the clock temporarily as they moved the sticks, but stopped now at 3:13 with an incomplete pass.
I honestly think, though, Steve, there's a little bit I mean, there's not a ton of time, but I think there's a little bit more time than what they're acting like. They're completely airing it out and mixing it up maybe a little bit better.
I don't know if I disagree with you, Brandon, but if he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage on a run, that probably runs, 25, 30 seconds off the clock.
And that's about what's
exactly
going to happen. But
Another
it does.
Flag.
Wow.
Umpire threw a flag right at the tackle. Spencer James on the quarterback keeper. I bet it was some kind of illegal tackle, maybe a face mask, because it was thrown right at the tackle. Referees have talked about an awful lot tonight. They know each other well after visiting tonight. Boy, this crowd is shut down to nothing.
It did.
Waiting on this call. It looks like the referee may be picking up his flag.
Oh.
Some personal foul.
Wow. Okay, so that helps.
Boy, Kenny Simpson is irate on the far sideline.
Yeah, well, he thought they got the first down on the stop on the 4th and 2. So he's already not in a very good mood.
Now the ball on the south side half of the field. First down 10, the ball at the 48-yard line for the Redskin offense. And like you said, plenty of time, 3:07 left on the fourth quarter clock.
Well, now you could actually be looking at possible field goal range as well.
Ooh.
And there's a good play. Number 10, breaking out the right side down to the 30, and there's another face mask on top of that. If it was seen, I'm not sure the ref called it, but I think he was yanked down by the face mask for sure. Brendan Arnold with the catch and run.
Gets the ball down inside the 30. If it wasn't a face mask, he had a hold of his jersey.
That would have been huge. Now, Pocahontas in business, 2:52 to go in the ball game. Down by 3. Now you can run the ball a little bit, and that's exactly what happens.
Hold on the football, James.
Spencer James, backup quarterback, or splitting duties anyway.
Clock stopped at 2:46.
And he took a pop there.
First down, goal to go right now.
What a ball game this has turned into.
What a great call by Casey Chester. Call a quarterback draw. Now it'll be a timeout charge to Southside.
Now I think you have the whole playbook at your disposal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Almost 3 minutes left to go on the clock. You only need 9 yards. So,
what a turn right there.
And they're in field goal range if they choose to try to tie this ball game up if they can't get positive yards. Coach Casey Chester right now wants to put the ball in the end zone in a bad way, though. Here, first and goal to go at the Southerner 9-yard line.
Yeah, you pretty much have an extra point for a field goal to tie it up now. But here's the thing. I don't really want to say this, Steve, but mistake-free football, please.
Oh, yeah. No turnovers, which Pocahontas got in the red zone 4 times 2 weeks ago against Brooklyn and did not score in the second half. So
you can't afford to be backed up, and you cannot afford a turnover.
You can't have a penalty, a turnover, or a negative play right now if you're Pocahontas. They'll spread it out, though. Coffee behind center and quarterback. George by himself, the near receiver.
And reliable, straight up the middle. They're in good shape now.
Be second and go to the 4th. They want a penalty. There's a little bit of extracurricular activity. I don't throw the flag from the referee at this juncture of the ball game.
Yeah, let's.
But the big news is it's second down and go at the 4-yard line. Right now, the clock is not a factor, clicking at 2:20.
You know who it's a factor for? Southside at this point. Because if Redskins punch this in, Southside's going to need that time to do something. And there we go.
Boy, that is exactly what we were talking about, a negative play for the Redskins.
That was almost disastrous.
Well, it's still 3rd and 6 yards to go, so Well, if you don't make it here, do you try to tie it up with the field goal with the wind?
Yeah.
Depends on where you get, I guess, on this third down play.
Yep, 1:40 to go, clock ticking.
Third and goal to go from the 6. Once again, Coffee behind center.
Coffee will keep it and get back down to about
he's
the goal line.
1-yard line. What do you do here, Coach Chester?
Now, wow, what a decision to make here. Southside's probably going to call the timeout just to give the defense a rest and discuss this, and
looks like
they did.
Will. Yeah, that gives Casey Chester a little time to think about what he wants to do on 4th down and goal to go from the 1. Ball game in the balance. Do you kick a field goal to tie it up, or put a score to give you a 4-point lead with 1:17 left?
Who is Pocahontas' kicker?
Number 10, George.
11?
No, I'm sorry. You are correct. Austin George is number 11.
He went out of the game.
He's back in the ball game right now.
Yeah, and it looks like he's warming up for possibly a kick. He's bouncing around, but who knows at this point.
What a big call right here for Pocahontas.
I think they're going for this. They're going to line
1
up.
yard to go. Ball game in the balance right here, right now. 4th down and goal to go for the Redskins. In that heavy set, Coffee behind center.
And a drop snap.
Wow.
And that's your ball game.
Coffee wasn't ready for the snap. It hit him about the knees, but no way was he ready to field the snap.
1:13.
But they go to the knee. Pocahontas no timeout.
That is the ball game, and may have been the old announcer jinx there, Steve. Play mistake, free football, and they had 2 bad snaps. 2 bad snaps.
I don't know if it was a bad snap or Coffee just wasn't ready for it, but he didn't field it cleanly. Is the bottom line, and that probably cost Pocahontas the ball game.
Well, I noticed on the previous run when he clapped and called for the ball, you could see the mist just spray from his hands. So it is so wet out there. Man, you do not want to end the game like that. That's unfortunate for Pocahontas.
Victory formation. Boy, I don't like doing this in the shotgun, but they'll do it in the shotgun, take a knee, and they'll have to do that one more time, and this ball game will be over. No, actually, they'll have to do it 2 more times.
You can't really second-guess a decision, though. I mean, a field goal would have been nice, but
well, they got the ball at the 3-yard line right now, so you cannot take a shotgun snap very deep in your own backfield. It's not calculus to take a snap under center, and I would practice that just for this situation right here. Wow.
Well, with a clean snap, then good chance Coffee does score with that.
He is under center now.
But wow, what a game.
That's the ball game right there. That'll be the last snap. What a game, Brandon.
Cannot say there was not drama in this one for sure. Such back and forth action. It ends 10-7. Southside will go to 4-0. Pocahontas unfortunately fought really hard and their defense did great, but they're going to drop to 1-3.
1-3, and they're about 3 plays away from being 4-0 themselves. So another devastating loss for the Redskins. Puts them behind the 8 ball as far as.
Absolutely. Wow, what a ball game, though. So we'll be at Valley View next game, Suncom Media and NEA Sports Network. Will be win at Valley View, as you see on your screen there, October 11th. So come back and check that one out. Hopefully that'll be as good a game as this one was, and hopefully conditions will be a lot better for that one too. But this has been fun. Steve, final words on what we saw here tonight?
Hard-fought game. Boy, you hate to see a loser on either side. But like I said, when the ball game was in the balance, Owen McLaughlin did what he had to do to give Southside a victory. But, boy, I hate it for the Redskin and the Redskin backers.
Yep, absolutely. I truly enjoyed this one. And thank you all for watching and staying home on a crazy, rainy, windy night. Thanks for watching and sharing. So for all the crew, thank you so much for setting up and enduring the weather as well tonight. For my partner, Steve Clayton, I am Brandon Reed. See you 2 weeks from tonight in Valley View.